Morning, HMS 7 here to talk about habits of highly successful people. Remember, habits are things we repeatedly do. I'll say that one more time. Habits are things we repeatedly do over time. They state it takes 21 consecutive days of practicing a habit to get that ingrained into your long-term memory. So again, we continue to reflect upon habits of highly successful people. When I use the word or the expression timeless, that means you can practice these habits at any moment in time. You could go back 200 years ago and practice these habits and find success. You could hit fast forward 200 years from now, practice these habits, you find success. It all starts with the first one, the number one habit, and that's being proactive. That's something you do privately, internally, trying to win that private victory. Again, all of these are leadership qualities, and leaders are not the loudest people in the room. Leaders are people who can practice these habits over time. Again, being proactive is when you run up against a problem, you find a solution that works for you. We've hit putting first things first, which is prioritizing, setting goals, beginning with the end in mind, thinking win-win, helping one another out. And then we're on habit number 5 as we close out the month of February, which is seeking first to understand and then to be understood. As we move into March next week, we'll hit synergizing, which is a team-working philosophy or habit, and sharpening the saw, which is a self-care habit that everyone should practice in order to be successful. Moving on, there are habits of highly successful people when they listen well. I'd like you to reflect here for the next 10 seconds on certain ways or characteristics of good listeners. When you know someone is truly listening to you, I want you to reflect for the next 10 seconds quietly on what it looks like when someone is truly listening to you. Hopefully you spent a little bit of time there and you thought about, I'm listening with my eyes, because 92% of communication is nonverbal. I'm also listening with my ears and with my heart. I'm empathizing with someone. I can also mirror them, so what I hear you saying is this. What I see you're feeling is this. Stand in their shoes, provide some empathy, and the easiest part of learning how to become a better listener, just be quiet. As that statement said, listen or thy tongue will make thee deaf. Again, simplest part about it of listening is just being quiet. Taking all your distractions, your phone, putting that away. Put that all away, just listen to somebody for once. With your eyes, your ears, and your heart. Practice that over time. We've talked about with any of these habits, you have to practice them with a growth mindset. And that is a belief that if I practice this habit, I will get better at it. If you continually try to be proactive, you'll get better. If you continually try to listen intently, you'll get better. It all starts with time and effort. You have to take the time, and then you have to be willing to put in the effort to become a better listener. Secondly, if you don't find yourself becoming a better listener, for example, I find myself spacing out a lot. Teachers talking, but my mind's going somewhere else. What you could be doing, 1, asking questions after they're done talking. Or 2, find a way to paraphrase it back in your head. So what I hear the teacher saying is this. There are several ways you can do that. You're going to make mistakes in this process. Understand that. That's a good thing. Mistakes are how we grow. But most importantly, reflecting on your mistakes and what you can do better in the future is how we grow. Lastly, have that purpose. If your purpose is to become a better listener, practice that every single day. If you haven't had that opportunity, fill out the reflection sheet that we have on listening that's located inside of my Google Doc that I've shared with everyone in the building. Moving on here. If you have a teacher that's made a significant difference in your life during this trimester or the previous trimester, stop by the student help window in the main office, fill out a Davis Teacher of the Year form. Again, if you have a teacher, an adult in this building that's made a significant impact on your life for the better, stop down to the student help window, ask for an application, and then we can move on from there. Last but not least, can the teachers rolling out this week. If you bring enough canned goods to homeroom teachers that are participating, you can can them in their room and have a free day. We also have a food drive going next week where we will be competing against every school in the district, and we'd like to beat them by bringing the most food possible. So again, if you come in the morning, bring that food, Miss Evans can get you checked off, bring that into your homerooms, work on that free day for that following week. Love you guys. It's great to see you back here in the building. Keep working hard.